one of the common responses um, to the different actions that are done by what is known as perpetrators, or the people, or even sometimes organizations that carry out some of these gang stalking tactics. Commonly, the natural response that it can get out of a person is to want to respond directly in that moment to the person or vehicle passing by, or whatever it may be that you observe as being the perpetrator in that situation. However, one thing to keep in mind when dealing with this, and especially when things are really happening around you, and maybe you're noticing a lot of things happening, and this is usually during a time where there's just a lot of occurrences, and maybe you even in a single day you've had several different things happen to you that are considered in some way, could be considered a part of this whole experience of gang stalking. It's very easy, and even within all human nature, anyone going through having something like this perpetrated to them is going to want to respond, or have the urge to respond then in that moment and reply, or say something back, or to do something like that. But one thing to keep in mind is that when you do this, it's in a lot of ways it's falling right into what's being wanted of you, and that's a response. A lot of these things are not just done to do psychological manipulation on you, but also to get a response from you. And this response can be used later against you. So instead of responding right in that moment to the object that's, or the person that's in that instance who's doing the perpetrating, it's often and recommended to not reply directly in that case, because by doing that, you are in some ways supplying emotional information to them that can then be turned around and used against you later. Now, it may not be right then, but it can be noted as something that you're sensitive to, and it may be used more intensely later in a weaponized way against you. So instead of replying directly in the moment to something that happens, it may be better in that instance to put that same response that you would give to them then into something that moves you forward in your own personal life, that also helps to discourage any further perpetrating onto you. For example, if you have something happen, like you have a certain whatever your particular trigger may be, if you have something like this happen, instead of giving an immediate response, put the same energy into something that you like to do creatively, something that it could even be a video. Put that same energy into making a video. Do something creative that you would normally like to do, even outside of this experience. And in that way, you're actually doing more damage to this program, because you're not supplying a response to the perpetrator for further use, and you're also benefiting yourself. And in a lot of ways, this is exactly the antithesis of the goals of this program, because it's to stifle your creativity, to keep you from doing what you would normally do in the first place, to manipulate the activity in your life. So if you continue to put this energy, response energy, into something positive in your own life, in this particular instance, you have, to put it in a common term, you've won the battle. You've done exactly the opposite of what was being attempted to have been antagonized from you. So in doing this, you're actually doing a lot more harm to the program and not to yourself. And when dealing with frustrating situations, or dealing with something as intense as a gang-stalking experience, this can be very beneficial to you, and it can, and also, you never know what may be, even though you don't know what the other person's thinking. For example, the person who's doing this, you may be setting a good example for them. It may not change the way that they think. It may not change whether they keep doing this, but you'll be, in a lot of ways, showing them that you are taking the high ground. You are truly being the better person in that situation, and you are doing the antithesis of what this program is trying to get out of you. And so I wanted to make a video on that, and it's a something that has I think can help a lot, and something to further look into and to consider when going through something as difficult as gang stalking.